Imagine having a secret button you could press anytime you felt overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed that would immediately shift your entire nervous system from chaos to calm. Imagine being able to go from racing thoughts and physical tension to a state of clear-headed peace in less than 60 seconds, no matter where you are or what's happening around you. Imagine having access to your body's own built-in tranquilizer that works faster than any medication and has no side effects except feeling better. This isn't science fiction or wishful thinking. This is the reality of what becomes possible when you understand how to hack your vagus nerve, the master controller of your body's relaxation response. There's a specific, simple technique that you can do anywhere, anytime, that directly activates your parasympathetic nervous system and triggers an immediate shift from stress to calm. And when you do this technique daily, you're not just managing stress in the moment. You're literally rewiring your nervous system to become more resilient, more balanced, and more naturally inclined towards states of peace and well-being. The technique I'm about to share with you is based on cutting-edge research in neuroscience and polyvagal theory, but it's so simple that a child could learn it in minutes. It requires no equipment, no special environment, and no previous experience with meditation or breathing techniques. Yet it's powerful enough to interrupt panic attacks, reduce chronic anxiety, improve sleep quality, boost immune function, enhance digestion, and fundamentally change your relationship with stress. Before I reveal this technique, you need to understand what's actually happening in your body when you feel stressed, overwhelmed, or anxious. Your autonomic nervous system has two main branches: the sympathetic nervous system, which activates your fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which activates your rest and digest response. These two systems are supposed to work together like a perfectly balanced seesaw, with activation when you need it and relaxation when you don't. But modern life has broken this natural balance. Most people are stuck in chronic sympathetic activation, with their stress response system constantly turned on and their relaxation response barely functioning. Your sympathetic nervous system thinks you're being chased by a tiger all day long, flooding your body with stress hormones, keeping your heart rate elevated, your breathing shallow, your muscles tense, and your mind racing with worried thoughts. The parasympathetic nervous system, controlled primarily by your vagus nerve, is supposed to be the antidote to this chronic activation. When your vagus nerve is functioning properly, it acts like a biological brake pedal, quickly downregulating your stress response and returning your body to a state of calm alertness. But for most people, this brake pedal has become weak and unresponsive, leaving them trapped in states of chronic stress and activation with no way to find genuine relief. I'm about to teach you directly stimulates your vagus nerve in a way that immediately activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It works by leveraging the intimate connection between your vagus nerve and your respiratory system. When you breathe in specific patterns, you can literally trigger your body's relaxation response within seconds. But this isn't just any breathing technique. This is a precisely calibrated method that maximizes vagal stimulation and creates the most rapid shift from activation to calm. Here's the technique. It's called the physiological sigh, and it involves a very specific pattern of breathing that was discovered by neuroscientists studying the most effective ways to rapidly calm the nervous system. You take a normal inhale through your nose, but then you add a second smaller inhale on top of the first one, followed by a long, slow exhale through your mouth. The pattern is inhale, mini inhale, long exhale. That's it. One cycle takes about 8 to 10 seconds, and you can feel the effects immediately. But here's why this particular pattern is so incredibly effective at hacking your nervous system. The double inhale does something very specific to your lung physiology. Your lungs contain millions of tiny air sacs called alveoli, and some of these collapse slightly during normal breathing. The second, smaller inhale reinflates these collapsed alveoli, maximizing the surface area available for gas exchange. This allows for more efficient oxygen uptake and carbon dioxide removal, which sends immediate signals to your brain that everything is functioning optimally. The long exhale is where the magic really happens. When you extend your exhale longer than your inhale, you directly stimulate your vagus nerve and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. This happens because your vagus nerve is intimately connected to your respiratory system through something called respiratory sinus arrhythmia. When you breathe in, your heart rate naturally speeds up slightly. When you breathe out, especially when you extend the exhale, your heart rate slows down. This slowing of the heart rate during exhalation is directly controlled by your vagus nerve dot by making your exhale significantly longer than your inhale. You're essentially giving your vagus nerve a direct workout, strengthening its ability to activate your body's relaxation response. The physiological sigh amplifies this effect because the double inhale maximizes the contrast between the inhalation phase and the extended exhalation phase, creating the strongest possible vagal stimulation in the shortest amount of time. The beauty of this technique is its immediacy. Unlike many relaxation methods that take minutes or even hours to show effects, the physiological sigh begins working within 1 to 3 cycles. You can literally feel your nervous system shifting from activation to calm in real time. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure decreases, your muscles begin to relax, and your mind starts to clear. It's like flipping a biological switch from stress to peace. But the real power of this hack emerges when you use it consistently throughout the day. Most people wait until they're already overwhelmed or panicked to try relaxation techniques, which is like waiting until your house is on fire to install smoke detectors. The physiological sigh works best when you use it proactively, before stress accumulates to overwhelming levels. When you do 1 to 3 physiological sighs every hour throughout the day, you're essentially giving your nervous system regular tune-ups that prevent stress from building up in the first place. You're training your vagus nerve to be more responsive and more effective at maintaining balance. Over time, this consistent practice raises your baseline vagal tone, making you naturally more resilient to stress and more inclined toward states of calm alertness. The timing of when you use this technique can dramatically impact its effectiveness. First thing in the morning, before you check your phone or start your day, doing 3 to 5 physiological sighs can set a calm, regulated tone for your entire nervous system. This creates what researchers call positive momentum starting. Your day from a regulated state makes it easier to maintain regulation throughout whatever challenges arise. Using the physiological sigh during transitions between activities is particularly powerful. Before important meetings, after difficult conversations, when you get in your car, before you walk into your house at the end of the day, these transition moments are when stress tends to accumulate if you don't consciously reset your nervous system. Taking 30 seconds to do a few physiological sighs during these transitions can prevent stress from carrying over from one activity to the next. The technique is also incredibly effective for improving sleep quality when used as part of your bedtime routine. Doing 5 to 10 physiological sighs while lying in bed signals to your nervous system that it's safe to let go and enter restorative sleep phases. Many people find that this simple practice eliminates the racing thoughts and physical restlessness that often interfere with falling asleep. For people who struggle with anxiety or panic attacks, the physiological sigh can be literally life-changing. Panic attacks involve a rapid escalation of sympathetic nervous system activation that can feel completely out of control. But because the physiological sigh directly activates the biological systems that counteract panic, it can interrupt the panic cycle before it reaches overwhelming levels. Many people report that consistently practicing this technique reduces both the frequency and intensity of their panic episodes. The workplace applications of this hack are revolutionary. Instead of accumulating stress throughout your workday and carrying it home with you, you can use physiological sighs to reset your nervous system between tasks, after difficult emails, before presentations, or whenever you notice tension building. This prevents the chronic stress accumulation that leads to burnout and creates a much more sustainable way of engaging with work demands. Parents find this technique particularly valuable because it allows them to model nervous system regulation for their children while simultaneously managing their own stress responses. Children naturally pick up on their parents' nervous system states, so when you're regulated and calm, it helps your children feel safer and more regulated too. Teaching children the physiological sigh gives them a tool they can use throughout their lives to manage their own stress and emotional responses. The technique works exceptionally well in social situations where you might feel anxious or activated. Before social events, during awkward conversations, or when you're feeling triggered by someone else's behavior, a quick physiological sigh can help you stay grounded and respond from a calm, centered place rather than reacting from stress or defensiveness. One of the most remarkable aspects of this hack is how it changes your relationship with stress over time. When you know you have a reliable tool for immediately shifting your nervous system state, you stop feeling helpless about stress and anxiety. Instead of thinking, "Oh no, I'm getting stressed and there's nothing I can do about it," you think, "I'm noticing some activation. Let me reset my nervous system." This shift from helplessness to agency is profoundly empowering and often reduces stress levels just through the confidence it provides. The physiological sigh also works synergistically with other nervous system regulation practices. If you're already doing meditation, yoga, exercise, or other stress management techniques, adding the physiological sigh can enhance their effectiveness. It's like having a tool that primes your nervous system to be more receptive to other relaxation practices. For people dealing with chronic pain, the physiological sigh can provide significant relief by reducing the nervous system activation that often amplifies pain signals. Pain and stress create a vicious cycle where pain increases stress and stress increases pain sensitivity. By breaking this cycle with regular nervous system regulation, many people experience meaningful reductions in their pain levels. The digestive benefits of this practice are also significant. Your vagus nerve plays crucial roles in coordinating digestive function, and chronic stress severely impairs digestion. By regularly activating your parasympathetic nervous system through physiological sighs, you support optimal digestive function, which can improve everything from nutrient absorption to gut health to immune function. Mental clarity and cognitive performance also improve with consistent practice. When your nervous system is chronically activated, it's difficult to think clearly, make good decisions, or access your creative capacities. The regular nervous system regulation provided by the physiological sigh creates the optimal brain state for learning, problem solving, and creative thinking. The social and relational benefits are equally important. When you're regulated and calm, you're more available for genuine connection with others. You're less likely to misinterpret neutral social cues as threatening, more able to listen deeply, and more capable of responding rather than reacting during interpersonal conflicts. Many people notice that their relationships improve significantly when they develop consistent nervous system regulation practices. The technique is particularly powerful for healthcare workers, teachers, caregivers, and others in high-stress helping professions. These roles require you to be present and supportive for others while managing your own stress responses. The physiological sigh provides a way to quickly reset between interactions, preventing compassion fatigue and burnout while maintaining your capacity to show up fully for the people you serve. For athletes and performers, this hack can significantly improve performance by helping manage pre-performance anxiety and maintaining Optimal nervous system states during high pressure situations. The ability to quickly shift from activation to calm allows for better focus, decision-making, and access to learned skills under pressure. Students find the technique invaluable for managing test anxiety and improving learning capacity. Your nervous system is activated from stress. Your brain's learning and memory centers don't function optimally. Regular use of the physiological sigh creates better conditions for both studying and test-taking by maintaining nervous system states that support cognitive function. The beauty of this technique is its adaptability. You can modify the timing and intensity based on your needs and circumstances. In situations where you need to be discreet, you can do very subtle physiological sighs that others won't even notice. When you have more privacy, you can make the exhales longer and more pronounced for stronger effects. Some people find it helpful to combine the physiological sigh with other calming practices. You might do physiological sighs while walking in nature, before meditation, during gentle stretching, or while listening to calming music. These combinations can create even more profound shifts in nervous system state. The long-term neuroplasticity effects of consistent practice are particularly exciting. Every time you practice the physiological sigh, you're strengthening the neural pathways associated with calm, regulation, and resilience. Over months and years of consistent practice, these pathways become stronger and more automatic, making regulated states more accessible and stress states less sticky. Many people report that after several months of daily practice, they notice that they naturally stay calmer during challenging situations, recover more quickly from stress, and feel more emotionally stable overall. Their friends and family often comment that they seem more peaceful, less reactive, and more pleasant to be around. The technique also seems to have cumulative effects on physical health. People often report improvements in sleep quality, digestive function, immune system resilience, blood pressure, and various stress-related symptoms. While the physiological sigh isn't a medical treatment, the nervous system regulation it provides supports the optimal function of virtually every system in your body. For people dealing with trauma or PTSD, the physiological sigh can be a valuable tool, though it should be used as part of a comprehensive treatment approach with professional support. Trauma often involves a dysregulated nervous system that gets stuck in defensive states. The physiological sigh provides a gentle way to practice accessing regulated states, which can support the overall healing process. The accessibility of this technique makes it particularly valuable. Unlike many wellness practices that require time, money, or special equipment, the physiological sigh is available to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're in a boardroom or a bathroom, stuck in traffic, or lying in bed, you have immediate access to this powerful nervous system reset tool. The environmental benefits are also worth noting. When large numbers of people are walking around with regulated nervous systems, rather than activated stress responses, it creates more peaceful, cooperative social environments. Regulated people are more creative, collaborative, and compassionate, which benefits entire communities. As you begin incorporating this practice into your daily routine, start small and build consistency rather than trying to do it perfectly. From the beginning, even doing one physiological sigh per hour can create noticeable changes in your stress levels and overall sense of well-being. As the practice becomes more natural, you can increase frequency and explore using it in different situations. Your vagus nerve has been waiting your entire life for you to discover this simple but powerful way to activate its calming capabilities. This ancient nerve, which has been keeping humans calm and regulated for thousands of years, responds immediately to the specific signals created by the physiological sigh. You're not learning some new age technique. You're accessing your body's own built-in technology for peace and regulation. The physiological sigh represents a perfect marriage of ancient wisdom and modern science. Traditional cultures have long known that breath is the bridge between body and mind, between activation and calm, between stress and peace. Now we understand exactly why and how breath affects nervous system function, allowing us to use breathing techniques with precision and confidence. This isn't just about feeling better in the moment, though that's certainly valuable. This is about fundamentally changing your nervous system's capacity for resilience, regulation, and peace. Every time you practice the physiological sigh, you're investing in your long-term nervous system health and your overall quality of life. You're choosing to work with your body's natural systems rather than against them, supporting your innate capacity for calm and well-being. Your nervous system wants to be regulated, balanced, and peaceful. It has all the equipment necessary to maintain these states. It just needs the right signals to activate its calming mechanisms. The physiological sigh provides those signals in the most direct, efficient way possible. With this simple tool, you can begin to reclaim your birthright of feeling calm, clear, and peacefully present in your own life.